Good evening, everyone. Thank you all for joining us tonight on the Mamaprenuer podcast. My name is Robin, and I'll be your host this evening. And I have the very special Chelsie Daniels, who's going to be our Mamapreneur Spotlight tonight. We're going to hear more from her shortly about her story, about her business, and I know that she can be a great blessing to you all. So thank you all for joining us tonight. Before you do anything else, share this live. If you're on Facebook right now, watching the replay, YouTube, what have you, share it. If you are an entrepreneur, if you are just getting started, if you've been in the game a little bit, if you are highly seasoned, or if you are in a place where you're like wanting to be an entrepreneur, don't know quite how to get there, this is the podcast for you. So tap in, tap in. A little bit about me. I am Robin from the Dallas area, born and raised, Oak Cliff, Texas, if you will. I have a bachelor's degree from Kaplan University, a master's in business administration from Kaplan as well. Proud member of Sigma Gamma Rho Sorority Incorporated. Paralegal by day, serial entrepreneur outside of all of that. I am a owner of Get Rejuvenated Beauty Bar based here in the DFW area, where we specialize in a little bit of everything. We be talking all night if I tell you everything I specialize in. Anyway, just saying. We do everything. Also am a travel agent along with my sister, Wallace Travel. So we are here for your travel needs. So feel free to DM me if you looking for to plan a trip or something. Not no cruise right now. Please don't plan a cruise right now. They're gonna get canceled. Anyway, just saying. So yes, travel agent. I am an independent beauty consultant with Mary Kay Cosmetics and have been for the past 13 years. I love Mary Kay, swear by it. So I also am a life changer with Total Life Changes and have been for almost a year. June will be a year. Health and wellness brand that is based out of Michigan. Been around since 1999, home of the NutriBurst. So we'll be talking more about TLC at some point. And finally, I am a independent consultant with Paparazzi Jewelry, home of the $5 bling. So, hold on. Let me stunt real quick.
Right now.
Hold, please. Hold on. Stuck to the freaking hair. Really? Hold, please. All right. Necklace. Hold on. Look at my wrist.
Ooh.
Look at my wrist. Hello. All right. So, yes, I do a little bit of everything. And so, like I said, thank you guys for watching the last podcast. It was such a success. Got lots of calls and praises about it. And thank you all so much. And feel free to, again, share this. This podcast will be a blessing to someone. Please share it. And so I just look forward to each and every show, spotlighting another fellow mamapreneur, female entrepreneur. Someone did it for me. The founder of this podcast met her at a networking function and won a spot on her podcast that's on Wednesday nights. You guys need to check it out. Wednesday nights from 8 to 9. And got on the podcast back in November, didn't think nothing of it until she asked me last month that I want to start my own podcast. And yeah, here we are. I am here. So yes. I'm going to go ahead and introduce our spotlight today, the fabulous Chelsie Daniels. Before I go into her bio, our previous podcast had featured someone that I am their life group coach at church, and I was Chelsea's. Chelsie, how long have we known each other? 3?
Yes, 3 years now.
Okay, so I was her life group coach until she stepped down. I'm still texting her like I would normally do, as if she's still, one of my leaders. She'll be all right, I'm still gonna check on her, and that's just my natural, nature to check on people and see how they're doing. And so Chelsie was one of my girls, and we just had a connection, and here we are, and got to know more about her and her daughter and her sassy, frassy daughter, and just the business that she's going to talk about today. And she is very talented. A lot of people can cook up some cakes, but it takes true talent and just the attention to detail with her stuff. Has cakes. Again, I talked about it on the last one, talking about cakes, cookies, pies. People texting me, say, girl, you really like sweets. Yeah, so I know I'm supposed to be trying to lose weight. So I talked about you all the last one. I'm like, yeah, we got people coming with all different, different businesses. And, I kind of shed a little bit of too much light on cakes, cookies, and pies.
All the things.
Anyway, and hot chocolate bombs. Hold on. So anyway, Chelsie decides to post some hot chocolate bombs, y'all, on Facebook. I had never seen them a day in my life. And I'm like, Harpo, what's that? I ain't never seen no, hot chocolate bombs. And that's what they were. And my life group was having our Christmas party. And I'm like, Chelsie, I'm gonna need a few of those, please. And you got compliments on them. They're really good. I'd never had it prior to that. So you got lots of props. Again, just talented. Anyway, Chelsie Daniels, she's a sales director by day. In addition to her career, she is a mommy to a feisty, sassy, frassy 4-year-old daughter. She has a heart for service, which she does, and she is able to continue this passion through her work as a board member of the Black Mom Collective, charter member of the National Coalition of 100 Black Women, the Dallas Metropolitan Chapter. And she is a proud member of, hold on, I got to say it like them, hold please. Alpha, Kappa Alpha, Sorority Incorporated.
Yes.
And then you got to do a hair toss along with it.
Come on.
I'm being funny. And she says, when shuffling her daughter to school and practices and working, she likes to bake in her free time. And what started off as a simple hobby during the pandemic has become a side hustle for her. And which is now called My Lush Bakery.
Yeah.
And she specializes in custom buttercream cakes and fillings. And then she also does custom cookies and cupcakes for all occasions. And so, again, extremely talented at what she does. And not only does it look good, it tastes good too. So
that's key.
Ladies and gentlemen, I would like to introduce you to Chelsie Daniels. Hey, sis.
Hello. Thank you so much for having me.
You're welcome. So, of course, I shed a little light about your business. So just kind of tell everybody about your business, everything that kind of entails, just anything about the business, kind of, let the people in the audience know the people.
Yes. Well, as Robin's told you guys, I love to bake. I love to eat too. So it's important that if you like to eat, you got to know how to cook. So I basically started off baking at a very young age with my grandmother, my mother in the kitchen. I've always been in the kitchen, but baking was just something that was very calming for me. So anytime someone had a birthday party, any type of special occasion, I always wanted to provide baked goods. During the pandemic, especially though, I had a lot of people reaching out to me asking like, hey, can you do some small cakes? I want to have a little gathering, to celebrate my son or my husband. And they were realizing places that they would typically go to were closed because of the pandemic, but they knew that Chelsie baked. So I started off doing a couple of cakes just here and there as favors for people. And then word of mouth, it just spread that, Chelsie bakes cakes in the neighborhood. So at one point I literally had almost everyone in my neighborhood booking cakes through me. And I got to the point where I realized I really need to turn this into a business. Like, it's cute and everything to do a favor here and there, do cakes. And, people are talking about how pretty they are and how delicious they are, but I need to make this into a business. So that's exactly what I did. I literally went on Canva and I made like a cute little rinky-dink logo for the company.
Hey,
the name came from the fact that you got to do what you got to do. The name came from the fact that I love infusing cakes and desserts with liquor. So that's where the Lush portion of the bakery name came from. So
stop that. That is a round of applause just right there. Infusing with liquor.
Infusing with liquor. Yes. So I started off doing like, infused cupcakes for parties for women. Like, they were doing like a little bachelorette and people loved it. So I just kept going, experimenting with different things. And the benefit of that too was that when I was experimenting, I would give it to people to try. And the next thing you know, they're ordering a cake. So it's not like I was wasting my money or wasting product. It just happened to work out for me. Throughout that, I kind of found like what I was really good at, which was the buttercream cake. So I tried fondant and some of those sculpted things. That's not my ministry. I don't have the patience for it. And I don't like the way fondant tastes. So I kind of said, you know what? This is my lane. I'm going to stick to it. I might have to turn people away, which I've had to do, but at least I'm doing what I know I like and what tastes good to me. So I started off maybe doing about one cake per weekend to the point where around Christmas time, I literally had 45 orders that I was pushing out for a Friday and then still had orders to do the next day. So I was taking time off from my full-time job to work my part-time job. And it really paid off because a lot of those customers became repeat customers. So now I'm at a point where I'm trying to balance being a full-time mother, a director by day, but also running a successful business on the weekend. So I have to be very clear about my boundaries, what I am willing to accept. There's certain orders that I just don't have the time for it. Like I could do it, but I don't want to. So I turn them away.
Yes.
And managing the time that I do have on the weekend. So I won't take on any more than 4 orders. That way I still have time to be a mother, to have a social life, to, connect with people from my church, from my community. It's all about balance. And that was really hard to manage at first, but I think I'm keyword kind of getting the hang of that now.
Yeah, because you don't want to get to a point where you get burned out.
Exactly.
Because that can, you trying to take on everything, but you're like afraid to turn people down. Like, oh, but I don't want to turn them down. They may not come back, blah, blah, blah. So that's kind of good that you're getting that work-life balance thing going. I'm proud of you.
Trying to.
Proud of you.
Thank you.
Okay, so you touched on something. So you started your business during a pandemic.
Mm-hmm.
Tell me about any challenges. Did you have any challenges kind of getting started with it being the pandemic on top of that?
Really just fear. So I say fear was the biggest one. Of logistic-wise, it was getting supplies. So a lot of nearby baking stores that you could typically get like your cake drums and different instruments that you need to create certain designs. It was difficult to get in there because they were either closed or they were running out of supply so fast that you didn't know if you were going to get your products in time to complete whatever your order was. So that was a logistical error. But the biggest one for me, honestly, was just fear of, okay, what if I get someone sick? What if someone else gets me sick? Because at that point, we kind of didn't know how the virus was spread from person to person. Like, what were our guide rails here? So that was a really big fear that I had. Also, the fact that, okay, if you start a business, some people are losing their jobs. Like, they might not have the money to spend on whatever your product is, but that was a mind kind of like shift that I had to have. Like if someone's coming to you for a custom anything, they have money. So don't be afraid to charge what your worth is, because I'll be honest that I was giving stuff away at first. And then I was giving these like discounts that shouldn't have been there in the first place because I was so scared to charge what I was truly worth. So fear was definitely the biggest hindrance for me starting a business in the middle of pandemic.
Okay. Charge with your worth. Amen. I'm learning that in my business too, trying to give discounts and offer promotions. And then people kind of take that for granted. And I'm like, some rules. I'm making changes now.
Yes.
So some of them discounts that's happening right now.
Disappeared. Gone.
If you're watching this podcast right now, look at my face right now. If you're watching this podcast, any discounts that you probably were getting, get ready for the change. It's a new day.
May 1st is around the corner. Y'all better expect something different from the first of the month.
Child, we can have a conversation on hookups, discounts.
Yes.
On, charge what you're worth. I love it. Okay, so you're so talented. You can do custom stuff. So tell me kind of the training behind the custom part, because some people can just make a German chocolate cake and they just make the German chocolate cake. Your stuff is very detailed. So tell me kind of how you were able to learn that part. I know you like to bake and all that stuff, but how did you learn like the custom piece?
The custom piece, I think, just comes from natural creativity. So growing up, I was very artistic. So when it comes to the design portion, it's really easy for me to see a theme or a concept in my mind and execute that on the actual cake. When it comes to flavors, again, I love food. So I'm constantly eating and trying new things. So I'll think of chocolate pairing with like cherry and wine, whereas someone else like, where would you come up with that flavor from? Well, because I tried it one time and it tastes good, so I'm gonna try it in a cake and see if it works. Sometimes it's amazing and other times it's disgusting. So there's definitely trial and error there, but I think just knowing certain flavor profiles and being someone who has a very, open palate and willing to try everything, it tends to work in my favor.
So you said, what did you say? Chocolate, hold please. You said chocolate.
Chocolate and your cherries that are soaked in wine. So that was the actual filling in the cake. Very, very good. And that's also how I ended up coming up with my #1 seller, which is my white chocolate layered cake with raspberry filling. I've always loved the combination of white chocolate and raspberries, like the little truffles and all that. I'm like, let's make that a cake. Well, how do you make a white chocolate cake? Let's add some white chocolate to my vanilla cake mix and see
if
it tastes good. It was amazing. It's literally my #1 seller.
Okay, so whenever you're ready to make the cherry wine, what have you, holla at a player. I'm down. I'll try it.
Just for you.
Hey, to be like some of our people. Do you got any samples? Yeah. So can you do some samples? Yeah.
For you, yes, of course. For you, I can.
Yes. I just had to mess with you on that. That was just kind of like, ooh, I ain't never had that.
One thing about me, I'm gonna find a way to put some booze in it. I'm just going to.
Sounds like a plan. She posted one time, you all. It looked like an ice cream cake, but it was a Starbucks cup or something along those lines. It looked like a Starbucks cup, but it looked like an ice cream cake. I say, man, that looks, I'm like, girl, what is that? She be posting stuff and I be having one of those moments, again, something different, it's all about how you stand out in business. That's just as a whole, that's any business.
Definitely.
How can you differentiate yourself, from your competitor? And so, yeah, girl. And she did my son's birthday cake last year. Munchkin is into Xbox, and so she did a cool Xbox cake. And so I sent her a picture from Pinterest, and she did it identical to the cake from Pinterest. If you have an order from Wish or some of these other places, and so you go on the website, and on the website it shows your bathing suit looking one way, and then it looks frumpy when it get to you, and you like, what the hell is this? This ain't what I ordered. Yeah. She don't do those wish moments. Yeah, she don't have those wish moments like we wish it could be like this. So no, just playing. What was I gonna say? Tell everybody how can you be reached as a whole? And also you have a question. Do you have a team or do you do this solo?
I am a one-woman show. It is me, myself, and Jesus. I have to call on him in the midnight hour to stay awake to complete these orders sometimes, but it is just me. I'm a one-woman show.
All right, one-woman show. That is so funny. Yeah. You and Jesus?
Yes, me and Jesus.
On the main line?
Yes.
Too funny. Thank you so much. Thanks so much for, telling us about you and your story. She'll post in the comments, if she can, post on your social media so people can follow you. If they, need to use your services, they'll be able to get in contact with you. And if you're running any promotions, things like that, you'll be able to, connect with anybody from this channel.
Awesome.
So we have a few topics to discuss tonight. So the first one, I came up with a cool little list of top side hustle ideas for female entrepreneurs, mompreneurs, bosses, whatever you want to call it. Before I go there, in the comments, y'all, type in, if you are an entrepreneur, type in your side hustle or your business. Tell us what that is, what your business is. And so while I'm going through my list, and so the first part of the list is kind of what we're talking about. Making cakes, making cookies. Everybody, not everybody can make a cookie, but cookies, you can start a business making cookies, cakes, pies, whatever, sweets of some sort, cake pops, whatever. Another side hustle is notary services. I am seeing more and more people go into business for themselves doing notary. I didn't think there was money in that. Clearly it is. You can probably charge per page if you wanted to. I'm just saying, I wouldn't know, but I know quite a few people that are going that route, the notary route. Photography. Everybody need pictures. I knew photographers that were still making money during while we were shelter in place, and they were still making money taking pictures. Somebody always needs some headshots. Somebody needs some family pictures. Somebody needs pictures just, for website purposes, whatever. So yeah, photography. Excuse me. Delivery services. Instacart. I know Instacart got a lot of all y'all's money in a sense. Instacart and Amazon. I should have stock in Amazon alone. How much Amazon I bought just sitting here at home. But for Instacart, DoorDash, Shipped, Uber Eats, and there's plenty others. You can even drive for Amazon to do deliveries and make some money. I mean, there's money there. So yeah, delivery services as a whole. Let's see. Secret shopper. You can actually make money as a secret shopper. You see a lot of retail companies do it, like Ulta, Old Navy, stuff like that. And there's actually some money. You can actually make, some little coins just doing secret shopping. I would have, who would have thunk it? Going to a restaurant.
I would love doing that.
Hello, we like food. We can go, together, and we like food. We'll eat. We'll tell them if it's bad. Yeah, we'll tell you if it's bad. I'm gonna go to the gym after and work it off because we ain't trying to, be pleasantly plump. But we're going to, we can get paid and still eat your food. Yes. I'm terrible. That's bad that I like food. But yeah, what I researched it and it says secret shopping can include restaurants, retail stores, casinos, auto dealerships, financial institutions, resorts, and hotels. So it's like, okay. Learn something new every day. The next one, I have seen a lot more people kind of go in this arena, or I'm hearing more about it. Virtual assistant. I did not know this was a such thing until last year, where people, entrepreneurs have their businesses and someone is going to handle their website, handle like their calendar or social media. They pay people, entrepreneurs or companies pay people to do this work. There's even a website for like care.com for when you're looking for somebody to babysit your child. There's a website of virtual assistants ready to go. Like they showcase what they do, how much they would like to make, all kind of stuff. That website was so informative.
That's
like,
neat.
Okay. What else was I gonna say? And like I saw people asking for like 50 an hour, 25 an hour. And I think there's like classes and stuff for it too. I was like, okay. So, a nice at-home job. That'd be it. Because you don't have to go nowhere. You doing everything, online from your computer, your phone. So virtual assistant. In my line of work. So of course I am a part of 3 different multi-level marketing companies. Mary Kay Cosmetics, where you make 50% of anything that you sell. It's a $100 decision just to get started. Paparazzi was a $100 decision as well to get started, and you make money from that. Total Life Changes right now. It ends today. You can start your business for $4.21 selling health and wellness products.
Getting fine for the summer.
Summertime fine. I mean, because I use the products. The products are thebomb.com. So I use the products. They even have stuff if you want to gain weight. I mean,
Okay.
if that's your ministry, you want to gain weight, there's stuff, for you.
I can show you how to gain some weight.
Like, no, we know how to gain weight. That we do.
We do.
But yeah, there's businesses like those companies. That if you want to make a few extra, everybody is in need of extra $500,000, $10,000, $30,000, $50,000, whatever. But these businesses are pretty cool because you can do it at any time of the day. And if anybody has any questions about these businesses, feel free to DM me, reach out to me, especially if you want to start your business for under $100. Just saying. Not because I'm biased, but anybody can use an extra, something, 500. Yeah. Another thing that I saw a lot more people doing this past year, starting an online boutique. That's Etsy, that's Shopify. I mean, I know more folks with Etsy businesses. I mean, you got somebody making stuff for sororities. You have somebody that's making stuff for babies. There's sports memorabilia. There's where was the one? If you want anything personalized, Etsy. I think I spent more money on Etsy just as much as Amazon last year. Now, where was we going? I don't know, but I was on there just shopping. Nothing else to do. But Etsy's the bomb. Etsy's addicting. Shopify, I've heard of some entrepreneurs kind of putting their stuff on there too. But yeah, start an online boutique. Everybody has a craft or a gift at something. So, hey, if you can make some money out of it, why not? Why not? And lastly, blogging. I put it all together. So blogging, ebooks, or start your own YouTube channel. Believe it or not, there's people are making money on YouTube. YouTube or TikTok or what have you. As far as getting that started, and I think you get so many followers or whatever, these companies pay you. And ebook. There is a ebook for everything. Everything. There is a ebook for something. People are out here in these streets making money on ebooks.
Yes, there's cookbooks that I've purchased throughout the pandemic, and it's like $5 and $10 here and there, but that adds up.
Yeah, I've seen a bunch on business stuff. Just I'm always wanting to grow and learn. So anything about business, because even being in business, as long as I don't know everything. And so, hey, if a quick ebook can show me something real quick on business credit, all right, let's do it. Let's get on here. Definitely. Or marketing, let's do it. Blogging, believe it or not. This I didn't know until kind of just doing some research, that you can actually make money from blogging. I honestly thought blogging was a free service. Like, okay, you're blogging. You're blogging about, like, I know somebody does travel blogging. So, there's a blog for that. Or blogging about another one that does it on real estate, they're a realtor. And yeah, she makes money from it. And so those were a few that I have in mind. Anything that you can think of real quick before we move on to the next topic? Any other side hustles that come to mind?
I love all that. I think like the event planning thing is something I've seen boom recently too, because I think people have gotten used to kind of planning their own events now. So you have people who can go and get like the balloon kits, and I've seen people starting their own balloon arch businesses, or they'll build things like those little mini tents and rent them out. So there's so many different avenues you can go with the whole event planning thing. But if you just like hosting, even in general too, that's something that you could easily make some money off of.
Yeah. Event planning, something I love to do. It takes a lot of Jesus for you to get through. I was saying, if you're wanting to do that as a, not even a side hustle, even as a full-time thing, because you're dealing with a lot of things being thrown at you. So that's what I say. You need some, a lot of
You're
prayer.
great at networking too. So it's like even some of the things that you'd want to like task out to other people, you could easily connect with someone who could do that. You have like a vendor for cakes, someone else that does a balloons for you. You have the whole concept to do that. You might be missing out on another calling for yourself, Robin. I'm not gonna claim it for you. I'm just gonna throw it out there in the atmosphere.
Someone who is currently on our broadcast tonight that's watching us has told me that event planning is in my ministry. She know who she is. She will not be called out and will remain nameless.
We're touching and agreeing on that already.
Yeah, she was like, "You should do it. The actors can see that you're doing it." Because I'm planning an event with her right now, and so.
Awesome.
But I know somebody else that does weddings, and that's what I mean. That's what I'm talking about. You need a whole
Definitely.
bunch of with trying to plan like weddings, because you're dealing with different vendors. So yeah. Okay, cool. That's a good one. Why you over here touching and agreeing?
I don't know who she is.
Next topic. Okay, so as mamapreneurs, entrepreneurs, we do quite a bit for our businesses. For those who have full-time jobs, you do a lot for your full-time job. And then you have your child. And so I know I've had my guilty times of mom guilt. And so mom guilt when trying to balance everything. And we kind of touched a little bit on balance earlier. So talk to me, Chelsie. Mom guilt. Yay.
It's horrible because I feel like you already have it. I think for me, just come from a mindset of being a single mother, like you feel like you are basically playing two roles anyway. So if ever you feel like you're lacking in any department, you instantly feel just horrible. Like, oh my goodness. You question whether or not you're capable of being a mother, whether you can balance it all and have it all. And I think for me, the biggest lesson in that was giving myself grace and realizing that I can't be everything and everyone to everyone, but I can be present. So what I've tried to exercise with my daughter is just being present in those moments. I try to do the side hustle stuff when she's sleeping. So that either means, Chelsie, you might be up late at night or you might be up early in the morning. So you're going to sacrifice a little bit here, but in the long run, you know that you were physically and like mentally present there for your child. So when I first started, I would find myself, just putting her in front of the TV, trying to like push out cakes. And I'm like, this is not quality time. Like all she wants for me to just sit next to her. Like, I don't even have to say that. She just wants to sit up under me and be there. So I made a conscious decision, like, you know what? I'm only going to bake on the weekend. So I only take orders like on Saturday and Sunday. And I might do occasional Friday orders if I really like you. But Friday's like our time to bond, have pizza, mommy movie night. Then the weekends, she knows, all right, mommy in the morning is on buttercream duty and getting these orders out. But I know after she finishes that, it's me and mommy time. So that's what's kind of working for me. I still struggle because even when I'm like, okay, I have a soccer game I'm supposed to be at and I have 2 cakes due. What am I going to do right now? I still struggle a little bit, but I have to just pause. I'm like, all right, girl. It's okay because in the long run, she'll thank you when college is paid for. Okay, like chill.
we ain't over here having to deal with Sally, which is no Sally being around. You know what I'm saying, Sally? They need to forgive them things. That's a whole.
They really do.
And just saying. I was there at one point when Munchkin was a lot smaller. I was in school to get my master's I started when he was a little baby.
Wow.
And so that working 2 jobs and that. So being able, even though he was little, like, I think I started school, he was 6 months, 7 months. I think when I finished, he might have been 2, almost 3. But still, that's still having that mommy guilt, like, oh, I need to spend more time with him. But again, I want to finish this degree, I need to get it done. I need to, go to this job on the weekends, to provide for us. And so I had that moment, that guilt, and but again, and then now I'm like, oh well, hell, he was so little, he don't remember.
Right?
So yeah, I'm like you, having that time, set aside that time for mommy son time, and now being at the salon, yeah, we're gonna be here at the salon today, but he's my little assistant now, at the salon, so he knows, like clockwork, that person's up getting their hair cut, they're done, he go get that broom, and he's my little helper. But
he's so well mannered. I could just see him running that place one day too.
oh, he gonna have a career in leadership of public speaking.
Definitely.
Oh yeah, he think he running something now at 11, almost 12, going on 40. But yeah, so I had my share of the guilt, working so much, working hard. But he's at an age now he kind of gets it a little bit, his little self,
Right.
So gets that, mommy's trying to make things happen, and he sees that, with me promoting the businesses, and he's like, yeah, my mom, he's like my little marketing director, and freelance, and so he would be up at the school, my mom does hair. I'm like, yeah.
That's the
Was
most
there a reason that you told him that?
He's hyping you up.
I know, but I was like, man, what if the person looked like it? Was there a reason why you just up and said my mommy just does hair?
Realize how perceptive they are too. Like August does it. She tells people at her school, my mommy's the best baker. And I'm just like, oh, that is so sweet. So you'll have these random people ask me, oh, so you do cakes? I'm like, how do you know that?
Yeah.
Our children are watching us. They see what we're doing. Like they're proud. It's like,
he's like, my mom, he sells Mary Kay.
Yes.
Mary Kay.
I love it.
Like, bring him on.
Commission. He might need commission.
He got it. Roof over his head, food in his mouth,
there you
clothes
go.
on his back, Xbox in his room, Nintendo Switch in his room. He's straight. He's straight. That's his commission for now. Next, the importance of having a tribe. And I talked about this on the Power Podcast on Wednesday nights last month. And it's the importance of having a tribe support group to lean on while navigating the journey of entrepreneurship. This was good because I talk about it all the time with people, that there's room for everyone. A. B, you need that tribe. You need someone in your tribe. I say you need people smarter than you in your tribe. Like, man, they know way more than you. You can't just know everything. I'm just saying. You need people that are smarter than you, that's gonna, be like, hey girl, hold you accountable. I'm real big on people holding people accountable, and somebody to hold me accountable too, because I ain't perfect. Hold me accountable. Call me out. But it's good to have that tribe, especially tribe with other entrepreneurs. I know someone that calls it your power circle, which I think that's a cute way of saying it. But yeah, I'm all for support system, and it's needed, because you're gonna have those times, and I'm gonna touch on it a little bit in I have an inspirational vitamin I'll do every show, and so I'll touch on it on that. But you're gonna have those moments when you want to quit, and you're gonna need that your click to kind of bring you back to why you started. So I'm all for it. What about you?
I do. That helps to ground and center you. And I think even too, like as a mompreneur, sometimes you also need people who understand the season that you're in. So not being offended if you're a little distant or like short in responses, and realizing like, okay, she has something going on. And I've had a few that knew like, okay, this is a busy season for her. So let me step in and see if I can offer help. Of course, I'm not going to take it, but I really appreciate you offering it, because I kind of know that the support is there. Now, me today, I'll take it. When I first started, not so much like, oh, you want to take August? Yes, please. Y'all leave and come back in like 2 hours. Or like, can I help you stuff some boxes? Because I know you're really getting ready for your preseason. What can I do to help organize this for you? So I think that the power circle is great for that. And just hyping you up too, because there's times you get discouraged and wonder and question, like, is this the right thing to do?
Yes.
Or you want to bounce ideas off of people too. I think they're great for that. And you know that they're going to give you sound advice, not just kind of like blow smoke in your ear.
Or if that idea is not a great one, it's not the one quite for you, they're gonna tell you, hey girl, hey,
yes,
talking about bleaching eyebrows, that ain't it. Let's do something else. Let's do something else.
For me, be hair. Like, Chelsie, how you gonna do hair? You don't even like doing your own. Like, no, girl, don't do that.
But I understand what you're saying though. Being wrapped up into your business, it makes you be kind of distant, and you want somebody to be able to check on you during those times. It's good to hear people check on me because I'm so used to being the one to check on others. And so it's good when somebody, is checking on me. Hey girl, how you doing? You have 9,222 businesses. How are you doing?
Right.
I'm like, I'm doing good. Thank you for thinking of me. Thank you. You feel kind of special. And just not even just with business, I think it's, great to have community. I talked about it before on our other podcast. Community is so important because you can't live life by yourself. And even though you have a business, you still need people. You still need community. Everybody needs somebody. So yeah, you need your tribe.
And even the people who are in your tribe and then you kind of distance from because of the life group stepping away, you're still there. Like, I couldn't get rid of Robin if I wanted to. Not saying I want to, but that's the importance of building that community and that tribe, because you have people that just stick to you and stay on you, and it's needed.
I love you, Chelsie.
I love you, Robin.
I have to check on you, still see how you're doing. See, Chelsie stepped down and I was like, girl, well, you still need community, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So I'll be your community.
Thank you.
What part of it? I know you have others. You probably know way longer than little old me, but I'm always around.
Thank
I'm always
you.
around. And I got one final topic, and it all kind of goes together what we kind of talked about with balance. Anybody that knows me knows that I am a firm believer of self-care. Life happened to me to make me have to really focus on self-care, and someone had to come and talk to me about self-care and taking care of yourself. And if you're not right, how you gonna be able to take care of others? And so that still coincide as being a mamapreneur, entrepreneur, whatever. So I put a list together of things to kind of help for work-life balance as a business owner, and then feel free to chime in, Chelsie. So the first one I have, of course, it may sound minor, but yeah, it is eating.
Amen.
Sleep. Hell, we can just stop right there,
Pretty much.
Because I know people be going through their day, they ain't had breakfast, lunch, snack, dessert, nothing. You didn't went about your day. You over here on autopilot. That work, that business, whatever, will be there when you get back. Please take a break. Please take a breather. Please go eat.
Yes.
Please get some nourishment. Get some sleep. Don't be up all night trying to do that business all night, losing sleep. Please go to sleep. 8 hours, 6 hours, whatever tickles your fancy. Please get some sleep. Just saying. One that has helped me and has gotten me through just being a business owner as a whole and everything that entails, and just life as a whole: meditation, counseling, and or prayer, or all three.
Definitely. You can have a therapist and Jesus in your life.
Amen.
They're not mutually exclusive. I learned that the hard way, but I can tell you, after thousands spent and countless hours in therapy, it is so healing. So healing. Huge advocate for therapy.
Oh yeah. Hey, it was created for a reason. How about that? And
Amen.
you are not a punk if you go to therapy. How about that?
Not at all. And it sets the tone for your day too. Like, especially if you just start the day giving thanks and taking inventory of everything that you have going. Because life is going to happen and it's going to suck sometimes. But if you can take a moment to just thank God, or like whoever you choose to pray to commune with them, to speak to them and start your day that way, it goes a lot smoother. It still might go
Yeah.
downhill, but at least the start of your day is on track.
It makes a huge difference when you don't.
Yes.
It
Yes, it
makes
does.
a huge difference in your day when you don't start your day with some prayer, some quiet time with God, and being able to hear his voice on whatever that is. Well, this next steps on something, be able to be still enough to be able to hear from him on next steps in your business, hear from him on what is your business, what is next in your business, what is going to be in your business plan, where's your location for your business, whatever, it all still stems from him. Your
Definitely.
business, but it's God's too,
Very true.
so don't mean to get churchy, but hey, he's at the center. You got to keep him at the center,
Let me
or
find the collection
it's gonna
plate.
go haywire.
Find the collection plate to pass for you.
Yes, girl, we'll take it. We'll take it. Vacation fund. Amen. Um, Next, take a vacation. It is okay. I
Yes.
don't care about COVID. People taking vacations regardless. Take a
Amen.
vacation. Take a breather to reset all of that from your business. You will be. I think you do a lot more for your business once you come back. From taking that time off, and that doesn't mean you have to, go to the beach, but you know take a break. You don't have to be so all in to the point where, again, burnout happens
Yes. Robin,
because your butt didn't take no break.
how often would you say you take vacations?
Wrong person to ask. Um, um, well, last month was my first trip
Okay.
since the pandemic has started. So October 2019 was my last one. That year I went on 3 trips.
That's nice. It's like almost once a quarter. Like, I think that's
Yeah.
that's really
Get
good.
get out of here. Dallas, please don't do Dallas or wherever you live 365 days a year. I am your sponsor and person that can tell you can get out of town and get away for a little bit.
Definitely.
Anyway, take a vacation. You will be fine. Time management. What does your schedule look like? Is your schedule all over the place for your business, for your personal stuff? You just winging it? Let's get some organization. Amen. I am a firm believer of a planner. I have 2, my phone, and I have an actual planner that I use. And and it gives me lots of reminders. And without it, I have a great memory, but I'll probably forget if I didn't put it in the phone or in my book. I will forget. Yeah. What does your schedule look like? I have a good friend who is my co-lead, and I'm gonna laugh at her for a minute, but I talk about her anyway. So I thought I was a planner until I met her, and so she has lots going on, just like myself, and so she has her stuff color coordinated. I mean,
Ooh.
yo, it's up there. I mean, I'm like, man, you make me look very unorganized. Different colored pens highlighted. Girl, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So yeah, what does your schedule look like? If you're an entrepreneur right now, look at your schedule. If you even think it needs to be adjusted, it probably does. It probably does. One thing my counselor actually taught me, and I've learned to do it, and it makes a difference. Um, Schedule some me time. What does that mean, folks? There's no cheering, no husband, no family stuff, no community service, no church, no nothing. Ministries, all 9,222 ministries you're part of at church. Um, every planning committee you want to be on, just a day. If it's one day a week. If it's bi-weekly, plan some me time. You have to recharge and reset.
Definitely.
And so if you out here going 9,000 miles a minute, you're going to crash at some point.
Very true.
So scheduling me time. What are your thoughts about having a life coach? A life coach is great. I mean, if you feel like your life is all over the place, and you may need that life coach to kind of center you a little bit and kind of get you back on track. I'm a firm believer of life coaches. Yes. Has to be the right one though, Do your research. Hello. Do your research.
Yes.
Because everybody that's a life coach ain't right.
You don't want
Not
the blind
everybody.
leading the blind.
Huh? You said
So
what?
you don't want the blind leading the blind.
Right. So, you want to make sure, yes, life coaches are great, but, do your research. That's in anything, counselor, whatever. One thing I touched on earlier, and let me get back to that, is meditation. So y'all, I went to see Oprah. Oprah came to town right before the pandemic started. I'm so glad I got to see Oprah. I would have been pissed off to the highest level of festivity if I did not see Oprah. Okay. Anyway, so Oprah came, me and my friend Brenda, we went. It was amazing. She had all these speakers. Tracy Ellis Ross was there. And so she had this guy there that did meditation. And it was 17,000 people at American Airlines. He got 17,000 people to shut up for 10 minutes and to sit there. And it was good timing because it happened after lunch. Oprah fed us this big Prenuer bread box full of food. And I'm like, if I eat all this, I'm gonna need a good nap. You have to do this, wake me up. And so it's called The Big Quiet. And you can look him up on Instagram, Facebook, whatever. And he got it. He had the little music, the little sound, I forgot what it's called, but and had us all just sit there and do these breathing techniques and all that. That is really helpful, especially if you're going through stress. Of course, in business, you're going to go through some stressful times, not only just in life, but in business. You're going to go through all kind of stress at some point in your business, whether you're starting it, in the middle of it, whatever. And so meditating for 10 minutes made a difference. And so I highly recommend, besides prayer, besides counseling, meditate. It'll make a difference in your day. There's all kind of videos, YouTube, wherever, Instagram, that you can find just for meditation. Spotify got a whole freaking playlist, soul meditation, peaceful meditation, So, yeah. Lastly, learn how to say no. No is a complete sentence, period. And we're going to put the T at the end. We ain't going to be speaking correct grammar today, period. No is a complete sentence. So there are going to be times in business. There are going to be times in life you're going to have to say, nah, son, I can't do that. Nope. And man, I have too much going on right now on my calendar. Unfortunately, I'm not going to be able to do ABCD. I had to learn the word no. At first it was hard, like man, I gotta say that. I gotta say no. You don't want to hurt people's feelings. But then you have to realize, man, I gotta make sure I'm straight to be able to do good work for people, or be able to be, the best me to be able to lead or wherever, And so no, learning to say no, because sometimes it's needed to be able to, function.
So true.
So, okay, so time is winding down. Tell everybody how you can be reached, anything you have coming up, promotions, etc., etc. Chel?
Yes. So you can reach me at My Lush Bakery, 3 words, on Facebook. Instagram, it's My Lush Bakery, all one word for the handle. And if you want to send an inquiry to me for an order, you can reach me at mylushbakery@gmail.com. That's mylushbakery@gmail.com. So what I do have coming up for all of the mamas out there, I will be doing a Mother's Day pre-sale that's only going to last for a week. So I'm going to post Saturday morning. You'll have until Saturday, I believe it's May 2nd, to put your order in. It's going to be mini cakes and these cute little breakable hearts.
I love it.
Palette, and the hearts are actually going to be filled with chocolates and some little cake gems. You smash it open and you eat until your heart's content. So I'll have those available. You'll see the pre-sale on all of my social media. So look out for that. And I think we might be able to pick someone possibly. I'm not sure how Robin wants to do this. It can either be on this one or her next podcast where she picks a lucky winner to receive a free breakable heart. So I'll let her decide how she wants to do that. So that means y'all need to share this. Y'all need to tune in. Y'all need to replay it, repost it, all that. Maybe whoever reshares this and gets the most likes, you'll get the box. I don't know. But we'll do that giveaway.
That's it. That's it right there. You've just said it. If you share this, if you're on Facebook right now, if you share this live replay, what have you, type shared in the comments that you actually shared it. I will know if it's shared or not. And then I'll do a drawing from there and let Chelsie know, and you will be notified as well. So thank you so much, Chelsie. I just appreciate you joining us today. For me, like I said, I mentioned earlier, Total Life Changes right now. You can start your business right now for $4.21. It ends today. So if you're interested in starting a business, making a little extra money on the side, holla at a player. You can send me a DM, Power Team or Kesha, what have you, and I'll be happy to get with you offline. Also, Get Rejuvenated pop-up shop at my salon this Saturday from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. It is by appointment only because we are still going by COVID restrictions. So I'm only letting so many people into the suite. Masks are required. Please reach out to me as well offline if you're interested. I'm going to be having some paparazzi jewels. Hold, please. I know we're wrapping up. Let me show off, show up, show out. So we'll be having plenty of jewels. Make sure you like Rejuvenate Jewels Boutique. That is my jewelry boutique. I'm always posting something, y'all. So yes, that is this week, and I'm going to be selling some wellness kits for TLC, which is a sample kit where you're able to try all of the TLC, well, not all, but just about most, like 6 or 7 of TLC's products. And it's in a sample kit because most folks buy from me, they had a sample first. So that is this Saturday. And if you need more details, reach out to me offline. And lastly, my quick quote is, you learn more from failure than success. When you feel like you're failing in business, keep going, don't give up. So hopefully Chelsie and I have made y'all's day, educated y'all. And thank you guys so much for joining. Keep on looking out for Power Team. We have a podcast coming on Monday that you guys don't want to miss out on for real estate with LaBritta. We have J Money After Dark next Friday. I think not next Friday, next Thursday. Both of these are 8 to 9 p.m. And so make sure you guys are following Power Team and you are stay tuned to future podcasts. And I will be back next on May 13th with a new podcast. And so thank you all for having us. Hope that you all enjoyed it, and we will see you guys next time. Have a blessed evening.
Bye.